Belly and Jeremiah are going to be the end of me, I swear. After watching their exhausting phone call for the 10th time in episode 6, I'm convinced these two are together purely to test our patience. Because honestly, while it's perfectly normal to have second thoughts before a wedding, it's not exactly common to be lusting after your fiancé's brother just days before tying the knot. But hold that thought, we'll circle back to it in a second. First, let's talk about what's coming next in Prime's hit show, and answer the big question, will Belly really end up with Jeremiah? In episode 6, we watched Belly and Jeremiah go apartment hunting, which quickly spiraled into chaos thanks to Jeremiah's questionable financial habits. Tell me it's not just me, doesn't he seem to get more irresponsible with age? He's always been Daddy's golden boy. Just a couple of weeks ago, he ordered the most expensive dish on the menu knowing full well Laurel would be footing the bill. It's like his sense of entitlement runs so deep, he can't even picture a life without privilege. And when you consider that he and Belly basically have no money, his behavior is one giant red flag. His first instinct is always to run back to his father whenever money gets tight, the exact opposite of the independence Belly would want from a life partner. Honestly, I can't wrap my head around how she keeps overlooking these glaring flaws when Jeremiah keeps exposing them over and over again. And here's the kicker, thanks to the books, we know Belly won't catch on anytime soon. Even Conrad will lose patience with her for ignoring Jeremiah's shortcomings, but we'll get to him in just a moment. Episode 6 also gave us Belly's bridal shower. On the surface, it was an emotional and beautiful event, especially since Laurel showed up thanks to Conrad's intervention. In the books, Belly actually learns about Conrad's effort from Taylor, but the show gave us a front-row seat to that secret meeting, letting us see Conrad's quiet selflessness in action. Of course, Laurel's comment, asking Conrad when he'll finally be happy, was a little jarring. Instead of supporting Belly and Jeremiah's relationship, she was basically nudging Conrad to confess his feelings. And while I understand her protective instinct as a mother, her casual acceptance of her daughter being caught between two brothers still feels unsettling. For now, though, Belly has everything she thinks she wants, her mother by her side, a supportive fiancé, a picture-perfect bridal shower, and a wedding just around the corner. But there's still one massive problem, she's still in love with Conrad. And that's not exactly the kind of obstacle you can just brush aside. Many of us were waiting for the famous injury scene from the books to show up, and I'll admit, I didn't expect it to happen this early in the season. But I'm not complaining. With Belly's external problems mostly resolved, this scene was the perfect setup for her to face her true feelings for Conrad. In the book, the scene was intimate and romantic, it made my heart race. But in the show? Honestly, I cringed. Conrad's dreamy eyes aside, the extreme close-ups just didn't land for me. Did you find it romantic or awkward? Either way, the takeaway is clear, as Conrad is literally fighting for his life, all Belly can think about is kissing him. That kind of feeling is impossible to ignore. She knows now, without a shred of doubt, that she still loves him. Which raises the obvious question, how could she possibly go through with marrying Jeremiah? The short answer, she won't. Episode 7 will give us Jeremiah's bachelor party at the pub with his frat boy crew and Conrad. And this is where everything starts to unravel. Conrad overhears Jeremiah's friends bragging about his fling in Cabo. They don't downplay it either, they glorify it. They gush about the insane chemistry, about how Jeremiah and that girl barely left their hotel room, about how it wasn't some regretful mistake but a full-blown affair. It's nothing like Jeremiah's version of events where he claimed to be pining for Belly. Hearing this will push Conrad over the edge. He finally realizes Jeremiah doesn't deserve Belly, and for the first time, he feels justified in pursuing her himself. This leads us straight into the iconic beach scene. Conrad tells Belly about Jeremiah's infidelity, only to be stunned when Belly admits she already knew. To him, it's shocking. He's always seen Belly as someone too strong to accept such betrayal. But now she's in tears, painfully aware that she never should have forgiven Jeremiah in the first place. Seeing her so broken triggers Conrad to finally be vulnerable too. After years of missed chances and heartbreak, he finally says the words, "I love you." And he begs her to choose him instead. For Belly, it's bittersweet. On one hand, she's waited so long to hear him say it. On the other, the timing is catastrophic. She knows it's wrong. So she leaves him standing there alone. The next day, Conrad tries to backpedal, claiming he was drunk when he confessed, exactly like he did in season 2. But this time, Belly won't let him off the hook. She calls him out for always taking his words back. Conrad breaks down, asking what else he could have done, admitting he just wanted the chance to look at her again. But Belly won't budge. She tells him to leave, not to come to the wedding, and essentially to cut ties with her altogether. And that decision sets off a domino effect, one that will eventually bring Jeremiah face to face with the truth. But that's a story for next week. For now, if you want more weekly updates, analysis, and breakdowns of The Summer I Turned Pretty, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're ready to keep digging deeper, the video on your screen right now is exactly where you should head next.